Potential is only just that until you develop it. It needs the extra element of putting effort and using it to achieve things of significance. Edwin Cole wrote a book called The Power of Potential, and it gives understanding on how to make your dreams come true. Many people go to their graves never having realized their full potential. And this happens for many reasons, one of them being unintentional about developing your potential. The few that develop their potential are no better than those that do. They simply take action more often than not and improve themselves along the way. Here are 10 powerful principles that I need you to think about on how to make your dreams come true. Number 1. God will finish what He authors, but He is not obligated to finish what He has not authored. I can bet there are times when you've been frustrated with God because your plans weren't working out. I know I've been there before, and I couldn't understand why He wasn't blessing the work of my hands. After all, I was pursuing things that would advance His kingdom mightily, so to me it really didn't make sense. But after studying His word and listening to other Christian leaders, I realized that God only blesses what He authors. Submitting your will to His will is part of learning how to make your dreams come true. In fact, it's God's dreams that He places in your heart that are the true desires of your heart. Number 2. You are never too young, too old, too poor, or too rich for God to make your dream a reality. You can still live your dream and realize your full potential, whether you're young or old. As long as you are still alive, there's nothing that God can't do with your life. Is that something you find hard to believe can happen for you? All you have to do is look at some biblical characters to see the truth. When God called Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, he was 80 years old. To God, his age didn't matter. What was more important was the assignment he had for his life to bring him glory. If you feel you've wasted time in the past, today can be a new beginning and an opportunity to rewrite your ending. On the other hand, if you feel like you're too young to do anything meaningful at this stage of your life, look at David. As a 17-year-old, he achieved one of the greatest feats in the Bible by killing a giant. Considering that more seasoned warriors shied away from the assignment, it was such a phenomenal feat of courage for him to do. Number 3. Perseverance will always outlast persecution. If there was ever a silver bullet on how to make your dreams come true, I think this would be it. Perseverance. When it comes right down to it, pushing through the pain and hardships of life leads to success. Oftentimes, it has nothing to do with how talented you are, but how badly you want it. Talented people without the corresponding desire to win often fall short of their full potential and settle for mediocrity. The key drivers of success in the face of hardships, I would say, are a level of conviction and a sense of purpose. More than anything, those two factors will carry you through any obstacle. Number 4. If you want God to develop the potential of your life, you need to give Him your time. My pastor has a saying that goes, "Worship precedes revelation," which highlights the importance of time in God's presence. The way you develop relationships is by spending time with the people you care about, and the same applies with God. Just like you tell close friends certain things that you don't share with others, so it is with God. Spend time worshiping Him and meditating on His word, and you'll discover things that weren't so obvious before. This is how you get ideas that other people haven't thought about, but that can give you an advantage of some sort. This made me realize how prayer is a powerful weapon, as well as worship. Number 5. The true value of anything is internal, not external. Having gone through a tumultuous 2020 and seeing the hardships it brought on people, it's amazing that I'm still alive. I know people that died from the COVID virus and others that lost their livelihood, which was sad to see. On a personal note, going through that experience was one of the best things that could have ever happened to me. It liberated me from my fears and made me realize that my value is not in what I possess. God is still God. Even when the world experiences turmoil, He is true to His word, and that He will never leave you nor forsake you. Even when you hit rock bottom, His plan for your life is more powerful and will carry you through any kind of adversity. Number 6. Successful men start where they are with what they have. This is a life principle that is so powerful, and that if more people followed, their lives would be a lot more progressive. In terms of business, the best entrepreneurs are often those that start with little and work their way to the top. They understand the value of managing their resources effectively to achieve the desired outcomes. The more they are faithful with what they have, the more they attract the additional resources they need. Sometimes when you get everything you want right away, you miss out on certain lessons that could make you greater. The bottom line is that instead of focusing on what you don't have, make the best use of what you do have. This is a key lesson in how to make your dreams come true. Number 7. Peace is the umpire for doing the will of God. One of the best indicators of seeing a dream come true is having peace about it in your heart. That peace comes from knowing that what you're doing is in line with God's words and His will. It is the assurance that comes from knowing that God is with you in what you're pursuing. On the other hand, when you're doing your own things outside of God's will, there's often no peace. Being in that position, even if it seems like you're winning, is a scary place to be. You're much better off following a path knowing God is there than to win knowing He isn't with you. Number 8. Expectancy is the atmosphere for miracles. The Bible says in Hebrews 11, verse 6, without faith, it is impossible to please God. Faith in God and in His work in our lives leads to expectancy that He'll do something special. Faith comes by hearing and, more importantly, obeying His word. This is keeping in mind that faith without works is dead. So if you're spending time in His presence, taking disciplined and consistent action, you can expect great things to happen. You might not hit your intended goal, but you'll be somewhere close to your full potential. As long as you're doing your part, you can expect God to do His. Number 9. The difference between men who succeed or fail is their ability to handle pressure. According to Proverbs 24 verse 10, if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. You won't achieve anything significant if you fail to handle life's pressures and get through them. Pressure is necessary to bring out the best in you and is not primarily meant to destroy you, as some may feel. It comes down to your perspective from what I observe in people. Some people think that the Christian life should be free of hardships, and they get disappointed when they encounter them. Shocked by the experience, they tend to throw in the towel and give up on their dreams. Embrace pressure, knowing that with God you can overcome and get past it. And finally, men who become heroes and accomplish great things are men who have a great value system in which their priorities are set correctly. I've come to understand that life is simple and not as complicated as some people make it out to be. The more you follow godly principles and set good priorities, the more prosperous you will be. It doesn't mean that it will be easy, but the point is this, that it's a simple process that guarantees success. Men without values might win in the short term, but ultimately they fall short of God's intended plan. With mixed up priorities, your life will be one of constant turmoil. Prioritize God, family, ministry, and career in that order, and you're going to be successful more than you could ever imagine.